Welcome. This is Crimey Queen. If you're joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited about love. This is where we ignite that which dwells from within us, that which comes alive, makes us smile, makes us laugh. Hence, we say the crimson light is life. So, the crimson light is our journey to actualizing self love. This is where we are having fun and we are connecting the dots. We are dots. This is what I am told. So, if you're wondering about this dot image, it's really the I am that I am. Basically, as a child, you'd look up in the sky and you'd see an image, and we could say that that was this image of this man that we were told is God. We form images because there had been something that had been told to us, and we were searching for it. So we were able to see and form all kinds of meaning from shapes of clouds in the sky. But actual fact, I am told we are dots, just dots. Now, that dots is really coming from or deriving from the story of Moses leading the children of Israel into the promised land. So, I have been exploring that, and what led me on to exploring this story is really incidentally having my W on the template in red because that was the convenience of the pen that showed up at the time, and it seemed like bringing the water to life. And then it was, of course, red, red water. Yes, the Red Sea came up. The Red Sea came alive. Of course, who is connected with the Red Sea? Moses. So there we are. Now, Moses equals 8. That got me thinking as well. When I do the numerical value, 8 for Moses, and there, of course, we knew that Eve ate of the apple, meaning the number 8 also equals Eve in that connection of opening the third eye. So it seemed to make sense from the teachings that I came across once when I understood that the story of Moses actually means the story of illumination of opening the third eye. So that was beginning to kind of make sense, the opening of the Red Sea. Now, I done a numerical value that seemed to show the Red Sea as the heart, and that made a lot of sense too because I made reference to the number 20 from the story of Sarah and Abraham in the scriptures, meaning that they are the parents of many nations, multitude of people. And so I was trying to really connect the number or the significance of the 20 that had been in the new name for Sarah. So whereas the old name was 21, which equaled 3, there we were with the new name. The old name was 21, which equaled 3, and the new name was 20. So of course it's like a spoiled child in a way. How comes I had 21? Now you have given me 20. That was my kind of thinking. Why would God have left Sarah with 20? But I have come across a lot of 20s. And then because we are about connecting the dots, it makes sense. Because of course Sarah being the mother of a multitude which derived from two sons. One was her biological son, the first one was of her husband, which she was the one who orchestrated the togetherness or the coming together of her husband and her maid to have bore the child Ishmael. God did say, though, however, that his covenant was with the one that Abraham would have with his wife Sarah. And so we see, of course, God had performed a name change. I have done presentations on that, Abraham and Sarah. You can look this up. But he had done the presentations. He had done the change, the name change. And what had changed in the two names was one, Sarah was, instead of being Sarai, she became Sarah. Her husband was Abram, also 5 letters, Abram, and he became Abraham, Abraham. All right, so because I have done this before and really want to sort of keep this in context and not too long. So we see that Abraham and Sarah, they both had 5 letters in their names, including Hagar, the wife or the second wife, who Abraham had his son with, the first son with. And so there we see there's another thing that before I go on, is that Abraham had that son at 86, and when we add 86, so 8 and 6 would be 14. And of course, I have mentioned this before, but this 14 equals 5. 1 and 4 together equals 5, which correlates with Christ and Eve. I am just drawing these into the focus so we could see that 14 is really here. It would really mean that 14 is 1 and 5, so 5 is the middle of the scale. So it is showing the middle of the scale of the sacrifice scale here. So which equals, reflects not just Abraham here at that age, because that was saying there was something new there that was symbolizing that position, his position there. And of course, we also, that confirms that God or Christ derived from a generation of 14 of generation. Okay, so that means 14 is also 5. Back to Abraham, we see that in that story, what really transpired is that God actually had, between the two names, it was this, between Sarah and her husband, it was aha. I really love this story, and it's like I keep making reference to it because there is nothing like an aha moment. It's just so delicious, and that's what happened here. It's as if the couple had come to that point of, of course, as I say, you could see the name change was Abram, and Abraham. So we can see that. And there was this aha moment. So we could see that that correlates very well with the term of like laughing and smiling. In fact, that would mean 9. The two together would be 10. I hadn't done this before. So the numerical value would be 181. So when we add this together, it equals 10. So 10 is showing that implicit newness, if you like, or even between them, 5 and 5, which is like Eve. Eve is 5. And of course, I have been talking about that there were 2 Eves as well, like in the name Adam. As we see, as in Adam, Adam would equal 10. 1, 4, 1, 4. When we add this together was 10. And this too, I believe, as I've said, I believe that there were 2 Eves. One Eve, when we talked about in the chapter of Genesis, verse 2, when it speaks of the Spirit of God was on the face of the deep and the waters, of course, we would see that there was a reflection, there was movement, there was emotion, because that's what water is about as well, and that denotes the feminine. So we could see from here, this is what God had added to the 2 names. All right. Now the other thing I had done was really adding the strokes, and I just get an inclination to do that now. So there are 3 strokes to H and 3 strokes to A here and A here. So that would mean 3, 6, 9. So this 9 here, 9, is also we adding, we could say it was 19, and 19 would still mean 10, 1 and 9, 10. But that would just be confirming that that second cycle, or there were 2 cycles going on here. It also would be denoting that it's the full sacrificial journey to be taken in this new new expectation or new son, where they will have been expecting before they conceived the second son Isaac. So you could see it's like saying from 1 to 9 was imprinted in their makeup. So that is one way of looking at this, and I think it really does make a lot of sense here. Now, the other point that I wanted to draw here, because I was really looking at the Red Sea, as I said, in Sarah's name had come to 20. That if that was 20, and I have done a it wasn't the easiest of presentations, but I have done a presentation on the Red Sea, and it would be interesting to watch it to the end, because it's towards the end we get to make more sense out of it. But the 20, as I said, equals, in fact, 20 equals south. There's SOUTH, and 20 is, so it means that it is the word that, or the number that that gels. It's the number that unites. It's the number that in fact, it consists of the 13 disciples, the 12 disciples, and Christ at the table. So 13, this is where we are saying, I have done this, where Christ said, where two or more shall agree upon a thing. Of course, there, okay, I read that in one place, and I might have simplified it in a way, but there it shall be. In fact, I made a note of it. Let's just make a reference to it. So it says, I tell you truly, if two of you shall agree, now you is 7. If two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything. So touching may not only be in hand, that tactile way, but I suppose it is really perhaps touching at heart as well. That agree on anything that they ask shall be done for them by my Father which is in heaven. Now, that text, I mean, I've heard this many times before, and this is the thing that intrigues me. I tell you truly, it's like talking directly to his disciples or whoever it is he's preaching, that is Christ. And he says, I tell you truly, if two shall agree on earth as touching anything that they, now that they, that it seems like they is usually the absent. You is really giving the impression that you are talking to the person, that they are in your face, so to speak. I tell you, it's like being able to point. This is you. I tell you. If you shall agree upon a thing, there it shall be, and it's there. And further down it says, and that they shall ask. They, meaning they are not present at that stage. They shall ask, it shall be done for them. For them, not you anymore. It is them at this stage. By my Father which is in heaven. So there are two factors. In fact, there are three factors here. First, we have you, which is 7. Then we have they, which is this is 7. Let's do 7, 5, 8, 2, 10, 22. So they is 22, and we could see why. So 2 and 2 is 4, okay, and then it shall be done for them, okay, THEM. So this is 19. So this is 2, 8, 5, 4. So this is 4 and 5, 9, and 10 is 19. So we have 19 here. So anything that they shall agree, anything that you shall agree, it shall be done unto them. It shall be done unto them. So it's as if, hey, the aha that equals 10 at this stage here, or we also added, trying to get where we got this 9 from, that was the aha. Okay, all right. So, but the 19, where which equals them, it's as if saying, giving the impression, it really is taking the whole thing into consideration. Anything you shall ask as touching, it shall be done unto them. Meaning, anything that you ask, it shall be done from 1 to 9. You are going from the 1 and you are going to birth something new. From 1 and to them, unto them, is that the them is really that stage. It's that development of going the whole. There is no going back. You have agreed on it. It is done. It is complete. In fact, the word done, I think, is 2. Let's just see. And this is why on the cross as well, Christ said, it is done. So D-O-N, this is 5, 5, 6, and 4. So this is 20. Basically, anything you agree on as touching, once you can touch, it is done. It is sealed. This is what I am getting. It is harmonized. It is gelled. It is agreed. Once you are touching, whether it's emotional, whether it was physical, once you are connecting, it is done. Okay, so this is what I get. Now, it's the them that these are the things that I think is important for us to pay attention to, because there Christ is saying anything, I tell you anything, if 2, this is the thing, if 2 of you, so here is 2, and you is 7, of course. Now, 2 of you, 7 and 7 is 14. When you add, okay, let's just say 2 of you, meaning your W, we could say your W. This is where you are making an agreement with yourself. If 2 of you, and also the word 2, let's just do that, because I know that there might be, because there are layers, different layers to all of this. So 2 is 6, 5, and 2. So we have 11, 12, 13. Now that's the magic. That's the magic here. And this is what I mean about, this is 13, that the numerology is offering us great insight. Now, there's another text, I believe I've come across it, that says, if 2 or more shall agree upon a thing, maybe it's in Paul's writing, but if 2 shall agree, hey, let's be specific. It's saying, if 2 shall agree upon a thing, but this 2 is actually saying, if 13 shall agree upon a thing. We could say that. We could say that. Because there it gives the insight about why there are people like in the Freemason, that's their favorite number. One of their favorite numbers is 13. Or we see on the eagle, the feathers, adding 13. 13 and 13 is 26. When we add 26 together, it forms 8. That is a whole. And where we see 26 as well, when we add the numerical values for the new Abraham, meaning that Abraham here, when we do this, if you check on the scale, it comes to 26. So we can see why, because there it says, if two shall agree upon a thing, this is the two. If 13, it is calling 13 into being. And there is the term, I tell you truly, it's like this is the secret that Christ has been trying to tell us. But of course, not everything it is in plain sight, but it's that we are only looking at things from one dimension. When we begin to look at the pen from different dimension, there it is this way, and there it is that way. There are different dimensions to look at a situation or a thing. So I am saying here that there is a very wonderful insight, or this is a wonderful example of the knowledge that is readily available for us. So hence there are people who are telling you as well, they have known that 13 is their luckiest number because they were born on the 13th of the month, or they have seen it to work for them. So when the 13th comes, they are facing their W. They know what rituals to perform, they know what to ask, because of course, here it is saying, if two of you, meaning it's two of you, you are also you are two, you are already two in this sense. Or if two and you is seven, I have done here. This is three, this is six, and this is seven. So 9 and 7 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. Okay, so that's, yeah, 7. Right. So when we see that, it's saying that if two whole, because there's another thing with the 1. So you are 7. Let's just look at that. How effective 2 is. Bear with me on this. So let's look at this. So if there is 1 7, here it is, 1. We do the numerical value for 1. We have 5 and 5 and 6. There we have 16. 1 and 6 is 7. So if we have 2 of you, there's 1 of you, 1 equals 7, you equals 7. So if 2 of you, 2 sevens, agree upon a thing, I haven't even done the numerical value for agree, because there is, and it also has to confirm, to really confirm that which is, yeah, the 2 here, to really confirm that. So we have 2, and we also have which gives us 13. So when you agree, you shake hands on something, you touch on it, or you shake hands on it, because that's what agreement is about. You are touching upon a thing. And it says anything. This is the thing, upon anything. It doesn't say a good or a bad thing. This is the part I really wanted to stress on. It didn't say whether it would be a good thing or a bad thing, although if we do the numerical value for any, we might get another meaning for that. But it says that they shall ask, anything that they shall ask, it shall be done. So it is 11. So 11, it shall be done. The word it, is 9 and 2 is 11. That means the 2 is also reflective here again. It shall be done. So whatever shall be done by my Father which is in heaven. Father is 4. So we saw that the word they equals 22. 2 and 2 is 4. So everything is reflective of itself in It's as if that W is in Father, it is in anything, it is in seven, it is in you, it is in it, and everything is divisible in that way that it reflects that which is. I hope you have found this fun because it's really interesting to see the magnitude of two. It's the magnitude of harmony. And of course, that forms the South. That is South. That is foundation. Foundation, I did do the numerical value for foundation. It might be three, but or seven. No, it's seven. Seven is foundation. Let's just say FOUNDATION. This is 22. 22. 1, 4, 5, 3, 6, 6. So we can see where the 6 is. So 6 and 6, 12, and 3, 15, 20, 25, 25, and so it's 25 and 22 is that's 747. Oh, so it's really 11, 10, 11. Okay, foundation is 11. Okay, I think I might have mischecked last time because first of all I thought it was 11, and so I'll just double check this. This is 5, 10, 10, and 3, 13, 19, 25. Yes, that's correct. So foundation is 11. So there we are seeing the 2 is formed again in foundation. Now, isn't that delicious? I love it. Yes, the power of this 13. This 13 transpires and it's as if, it's like it had been something. It's as if we are taught it's something to be fearful of, but it's a principle that is there for all of us because the point of the text is saying if you agree on anything, that anything, I haven't done the numerical value on anything, but we know anything meaning just whatever it is that you agree and you touch upon, the touching of that thing, whether it's spiritual, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, that thing will be by the Father. The Father, it will be done. DON is 20 or 13. Let's see. DON. And Christ would know. That's why he was able to say, it is done on the cross. So there we are. It is 20. So this is 4, 4, 6, and 2 5s, 20. So here we are seeing in this text, it's offering so much. And of course, these are things I would love to be able to revisit because it's offering a wealth of principles that we can apply. And so it really tells us as well that we need to be very aware, we need to be aware of what we are agreeing to, what we are saying yes to. The word yes is 13. What we are touching on, what we are shaking hands on, what we are eating. When we say we are touching with all our senses. So this is what it was about on the Last Supper. So the Last Supper was about touching. And of course, we see the washing of feet performed by Christ, and of course by 5 in that center, in the center here. So they were there doing a new thing. I open in here, the 12 disciples, including Christ being 13, and they were touching her. And hence Christ was saying as well, every time you do this, do it in remembrance of me. So, of course, with the B here to remember, with the E here to do it in remembrance of me. So there we are, and me equals 9. So it's taking us to that 9 again. That 1 to 9, which is 19. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I was still trying to remember where I got this other 9 from that made it that 19. Or when I did add, yes, Abraham being 14 head at 5. Um, that would be 5. Of course, that was with 2 fives being 10. Oh, this yes. So I think I this was the 9 strokes, 369. So that's where the 9 derives from. But we see that transpiring in other stories as well. So, and of course, the more we do these presentations, the more these things cross-reference. Thank you for watching, and it's 30 on here now. So, I'm hoping you have enjoyed this, and I'm hoping that you have found it fun and enlightening in some way, at least raising our consciousness for when we make decisions. I think that's the essence of all of this, that when we are making a decision, that we are clear, we are visiting our north, south, east, and west, and we are making conscious decisions so that we can bring about that which we desire. If you like this presentation, click the like button and share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualizing soulful love. Stay blessed, stay bright, be blissful, and be a field, because we are planting new seeds. New seeds. I know the field is 9, and that means we are going the whole 9 yards, the whole 9 miles, whatever it is, we are doing it, we are being, and yes, so stay ignited. Namaste. Thank you for watching, and spill over with love.